Okay, this one's probably been quite popular. It's not a particularly difficult title, but as a result, the demands, the demands of the question in terms of what you need to do to be able to score a high mark are going to be correspondingly more difficult. If you look at the grid that I've put up there, again, it's split into the usual AO1, AO3, AO4. AO1 is knowledge, AO3 is explaining stuff, and AO4 is discussing. So your AO1, I mean, to get up to the top band, excellent knowledge of the effects of immigration on labour markets, both positive and negative. That's fine. That shouldn't be particularly difficult. But what they're going to be looking for is not a big list. So you've got to try and show understanding. So it's not just knowledge. Yeah, it's that you understand what it is that you're saying, and those effects probably want to be both financial and non-financial. And they want to be both positive and negative. So you want a good range, and we'll look at the indicative content in a minute. AO3 is where you're most likely to fall down, in terms of exactly why does the factor that you have identified lead to the outcome that you are describing. So if you're saying that immigration leads to lower wages, well, why? It's the sort of thing where including a labour market diagram, that type of thing, is going to be, is potentially going to be useful. It's about that depth. It's about talking to 10-year-olds and kind of saying, look, they say why a lot, and it's kind of saying, well, this is exactly why it happens. And likewise, the AO4 grid always tends to be very similar. But as you can see, the answer comes to a reasoned judgment as to the extent to which effects of immigration are more likely to be positive or negative. You're saying, well, it depends on this, and this, and the most likely outcome is that. So all mark schemes look this way, pretty much. You need good, well-explained content, with a good chain of argument linking it and saying why things really are true. It's got to be two-sided, and it's got to come to a final judgment. In terms of, if you look at this particular essay, then the mark scheme here kind of simply divides things into positive and negative, and it's kind of obvious, which is that immigration in principle, it shifts out your production possibility frontier, it may help to fill skills gaps, it could promote growth. So there it's saying skills increase in key areas of the economy may be essential to support the UK's export performance. Actually, people may come, they may spend money. It could increase aggregate demand, although that depends. The mark scheme is evaluating as it goes. It's making geographical points about the kind of overall structure of the population of an economy. Often migrants tend to be younger, which may offset the effects of an aging population. And what the mark scheme is doing is it's kind of making a positive and then it's qualifying those positives. And that, for this type of essay, can be a good thing to do, as long as you avoid just kind of contradicting yourself. So often it's a good idea to make a point. If you're going to qualify it, that's fine, but then kind of say, so it depends on this. Come to a mini conclusion. That can be a good way of going about it. Points that are primarily negative. It's kind of, it could drive down wages. That's often the kind of the cries of the right wing. Is uncontrolled migration will drive down wages, but it's not necessarily true. It depends on which sectors they're coming into. We've got minimum wage legislation and so on. That it could create unemployment. But not necessarily. It depends. But as we know, in the UK at the moment, there are massive skill shortages in all sorts of different sectors. So migration into the UK at the moment, there's no danger that's really going to cause significant amounts of unemployment. Pressure on resources, that's the sort of thing that's going to lead your answer moving into the excellent band, because you're thinking more widely about migration rather than just seeing it as a kind of supply-demand wage thing. You're saying, well, if you've got large amounts of migration, it's going to put pressure on the health and education system, housing, that type of stuff. So it's about getting past, I think, to get a good mark on this essay, it's about getting past just viewing it as a microeconomic supply and demand issue, and looking at the kind of wider macroeconomic issues overall. That's the sort of thing that's going to really push it up into the kind of, 15 plus area, which is where A stars begin. And then the mark scheme overall, it kind of says, well, look, it depends. So it's saying, what sort of migrants are coming? How skilled are they? What are those skills? Are they substitutes for the workers in domestic economy? Do they work alongside them? how is the economy doing? Yeah, I mean, so as you can see, although it's in the microeconomic section, yeah, a well-evaluated and strong answer, yeah, is going to have significant kind of macroeconomic factors, that are feeding into it.